Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El. So a lot of you guys have been writing to me and you were telling me how you guys want to do cosplays and stuff like that, and you told me, Lior, what's the best company to go with, either Saberforge or Ultra Sabers? And I'm going to tell you guys right now. First off, and you guys asked me also which one is the brightest, which one is this, which one is that. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I bought Saberforge items. I bought also different, custom-made ones. I made one and all that stuff. But I got to tell you, in terms of brightness, they're all the same, okay? They're all the same kind of brightness in terms of Saberforge and, I don't know about Independence, how they do it. But Saberforge and Ultra Sabers is exactly the same type of brightness. Now, so, it doesn't matter which one you go with them. Now, this is where it comes down to the difference between Saberforge and Ultra Sabers. So Ultra Sabers makes their own, obviously, they don't make their own hilts. I don't think they do. I think what happens is they have a manufacturer that designs hilts and all of that, and they make things that are inspired. For instance, this is the Chosen One. It's supposed to be Darth Vader's, lightsaber. And as you can see, it looks completely different. It looks completely different. It looks different. There's definitely changes, but it's inspired, and you can tell this is something good. This one here, they have different cross sabers. I chose this because I think this looks way better for Kylo Ren. This is the one that Kylo Ren had to have, not that bitch one that they gave him in Disney and made him Kylo Ren. But the thing I like about Ultra Sabers is the fact that they build their items, though, even though they're not one-to-one accurate. Okay. They build their items very girthy, very big. Now, of course, it's subjective which one you want, because I, for instance, have extremely huge hands. My hands are big. And because my hands are big, I like having, really big items. I mean, look at this thing. This is like a freaking mace on the pommel right here. So it's really awesome. I like these big, something to hold on. Because I'm a sword collector. I collect medieval swords, and I like heavy items. These are also very, very heavy, heavy. So people say they use two hands. I use one hand on this, and this thing also is a freaking weapon. If you look at it, this is a real weapon that you can actually kill someone with it. I'm not kidding. It's like a freaking hammer, like a hammer mace like they used to have in the mid-ages, and I have things that are somewhat like that. And then you have this thing right here, very, very girthy items. Now with Saberforge, they're very skinny, okay? They're skinnier, but they're more accurate to screen. Like if you look at the Obi-Wan's, was it Archon, whatever they're called. I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks really good in Saberforge over the one that they have in Ultra Sabers. And you see, I bought Ultra Sabers because I had Saberforge. I wasn't really a fan because I like the big one, the big, big meaty ones. Now, they're more one-to-one Saberforge. If you look at it, it looks more close to the one-to-one replicas because they make their own hilts. Saberforge makes their own hilts. And what I like about Saberforge, even though because I'm never a fanboy. As you see, I give you guys the absolute truth in all my reviews that I do, including lightsabers and electronics and all of that. But the thing is that I tell you guys, what I'm telling you guys is, in Saberforge, it's really close to the one-to-one, but it's skinnier, yes, but they do their own hilts. So they also do acid treatments on it. They do, weathered look on it. They have vibrations that you can enable on that, which this one does not. This one has... but I will tell you the good part about Ultra Sabers, and I'm going to get to that right now. This one has things like which they have too, the RGB, except this one they're called Emerald drivers. But the thing is, with Ultra Sabers, you're going to have the most superior sound. There's no doubt about that. Ultra Sabers has the Obsidian Soundboard version 4 right now, which is incredible. It's really loud. The Saberforge, it looks, more screen accurate, but the sound is a little bit, kind of like, it's not as clear. It reaches the highs very, very much to the hot. I mean, if you guys have what is it called? A meter, you'll see that it reaches the highs and then it gets really, staticky. And that's the problem. With this one, it's just really clear and it's loud. It's really, really loud. I mean, if you even look at this, and this one I told you wasn't as loud as this one, as the other one. So it's the Darth Vader one. But if you look at this, check this out. I'm going to just let you hear it.
Confirmed.
So it's extremely loud, where the Saberforge is a little bit on the dull side. But look, this is another one from Ultra Sabers. This is the one that I did. I made this font here. I just want to show you guys.
I'll show you the dark side.
It's extremely loud, and I think it's actually louder. I think it's actually louder than the other than this one. But again, both of them are much louder than the Saberforge. Now, it doesn't really matter about the loudness, because I am going to tell you, even if you put the sound on, when you're going into combat, both of them are extremely durable. I couldn't believe the OB1 with the thin neck on the Saberforge on a very thin body was holding up. Like, you could slam it against the tree, and my friend was doing that, and it completely held its own, just like these do. But this thing is very girthy, so you kind of get it. It's meant to last. But at the same time, like, I didn't think the Saberforge was. So the Saberforge really looks good as a display queen, you know, on your wall, but it also can be used in, you know, battle. Now, the sound doesn't really matter, because if you're doing it for cinematography, or you're fighting with it, you're going to notice that a lot of the times, even though it's clashing and it's doing flash on clash or whatever on both of them, sometimes it does miss a beat, and you kind of don't want the swings and all of that all the time. It's not going to sound as, you know, accurate to you fighting. It's just better to do it as a stunt saber, get the cheaper one without the sound. This one, obviously, you could enable without sound also, and on this one as well, and also on the Saberforge, you could do that as well. Saberforge, now, so the sound is better with Ultra Sabers, and also, I like the way it looks, but it's not one-to-one, obviously. It's inspired, and you could tell these are inspired, and I think, to be honest, I say these look better than the original props. So this looks really good. I'm getting a Graflex right now. I'm going to be doing a review for you guys on that one. Now, the other thing that I got to say about Saberforge, they build things a little bit more solid. Even though they're both durable, they're exactly the same in durability. They build things a little bit more solid, okay? And what do I mean by that? When you shake this, and I don't know why, this thing actually, you see, it shakes. Now, it's not really the, you see? So I was looking at it. At first, I thought it was the blade plug, so I held it in. At first, I thought it was something else. I held it in. And then I realized it's not. What it was is the LED, the emitter, actually doesn't sit firmly inside. It shakes. And that's what makes the noises and the Ultra Sabers. But again, it's very girthy. It could last. You could pummel it. You could throw this shit against the floor. I actually dropped this many, many times on concrete and had no issues with it whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this is really, really strong. I just don't like sometimes the sound of these things. I don't know why they don't, you know, put it down with like Gorilla Cement or something like that they could put in there, and just to hold it really, really firmly. But I think they do it because it has modularity. So, for example, you could take it out and replace it if you wanted to. So it has, everything is replaceable, but I don't think the Soundforge is as, you know, easy to take out and put back in. So I think because of that, so I obviously give it to Ultra Sabers for that, but except I really wish that they came out with a way to make it sound, you know, more snug, and then you don't have to worry about it sounding like this. Also, the thing that I like a lot about it, you could remove a lot of shit. If you don't want, let's say, this thing, you could remove it. You don't want, where is it? This thing here, you can remove it. So you can customize things the way you like, and I really like that about Ultra Sabers. And also, you can send this back to them. Let's say you didn't get an emerald driver. Like I got an emerald driver for this. This one I didn't need one because it's I just need it in red. But let's say I wanted an emerald driver for it, or let's say you know, something else. I could send this back to them and they could do it for me. And that's the cool part about it. Also, these are a pleasure to take apart. You could take apart and you can mod it yourself. Of course, only if you know what you're doing, so you don't fuck up your warranty. But that's what's so cool about Ultra Sabers. The Soundforge, the Soundforge. I said the Saberforge is harder to take apart. It's not as easy to put together. They made it that way, I guess, because they wanted you to send it to them so they know best and whatever. But in terms of companies, they're both great. But the thing that made me love Ultra Sabers, if I have a project, let's say I want to do a film. Okay, and you know, so I recommend not even getting sound with this, but I like having sound because I like to collect these also. So let's say I'm doing a film, a fan film, or I'm going to a cosplay and Comic-Con or whatever. I want to order one of these babies, and I'm a little bit late, so I want to order them. What I like about Ultra Sabers is they send it to you within a week or two. It's in your house. Whereas Saberforge, you're going to be waiting God knows how long, probably like about, I don't know what, like 3 months to get it. And I don't really, I don't really think, I mean, I understand the reason why is because they make their own hilts, and you're going to have a great, beautiful product that's close to the, 1-to-1. So it's really close, and it looks really beautiful, and I love, Saber Forge for that. But the thing is, it takes them a long time to send it to you, and I think they got to learn to master that. Another thing is, when you have issues with Ultra Sabers, their customer service is so amazing. Saber Forge also, but not anywhere near as good as that. Like, they don't in Saber Forge, most of the time, like a lot of people were complaining, including my friend, that when he ordered it, he wanted communication. When am I getting it? When am I getting it? And they never responded to him till, they're sending it, then they respond. But the thing is, they didn't respond to him, and that was a problem, and I didn't like that. I love, in Ultra Sabers, it's funny. I think it says 24 hours to wait for a response. I get a response right away within like an hour. I get a response. And also, in the last episode, I told you that they're sticklers for the rule, and they are. But the thing is, I bought, the Graflex with them, and I told them, I said, guys, I bought a lot from you. Can you please honor it? Because I'm a good customer. I bought these very close in that, and they threw in a free grab bag, and it's coming to me with the Graflex right now. So the grab bags are beautiful. It's like a random lightsaber that doesn't have sound, I think, but it only has, it's like, pretty much like all these lightsabers. They're glorified lamps, that LED lamps, but except they don't have any sound on that one, and any, I don't know, like there's no emerald driver obviously in that. It just lights up whatever color it's going to be, and it's going to be that, and it's a random one, so I'm giving it to someone special, so, I'm going to give that as a gift, but I'm going to keep obviously the Graflex. So it's really cool, to have these extras. Like I got a free blade plug, free blade plugs, free t-shirt from them. And I know they, Saber Forge does it, and other ones do it as well. But in terms of both of them, the ones that I really like, and I think that everybody should buy from them, is Ultra Sabers. And I'm not saying it because I'm a fanboy. I'm not. I just told you there's problems with these things. In terms of that, but it's not really problems nitpicking, but the thing is, it's because it's so fast, it arrives to you quick, the customer service is insane, and also if, let's say, they come out with some other version of, let's say, Obsidian soundboard version 6 or 5 or 6 or whatever, you could send this back to them and have them do it again. If you want to do your own modifications, it's so much easier to do it on a big-ass hilt like this. Now, again, it's subjective. If you guys have small hands and you want closer to the 1-to-1 replication or whatever, I advise you to look at both sites and see which one you like. But remember, it's going to take you a long time in Saber Forge. Where Ultra Sabers, you're going to get it right away, and it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I don't regret it at all. Again, I didn't get the nickel plate. The Graflex, I did get a nickel plate, finish, and I'm going to tell you why it was probably a big mistake to do that. But they have these options, but again, Saber Forge has, and I hope that Ultra Sabers does this one day, has weathered look, it has acid, it has vibrations. All these things are cool to have when you have your lightsaber. Come as close to reality, close to fantasy as possible. But to make fantasy a reality, you kind of want to get that vibration where you don't have it here. I mean, here you have, a hum, but it doesn't vibrate. But again, it's extremely bright from both of them, so anyone you get is going to be fine. It comes to personal preference, of course, for the hands. If you have big hands, I definitely recommend Ultra Sabers, because me in the Saber Forge, my hands were like literally wrapping around it, and it felt like, even though it felt like a high quality item, it felt cheap to me, like it's going to break, and it didn't. I dropped that also on the floor a couple of times in when they knocked it out, and I knocked it out of their hands, and it goes into the concrete, and it's perfectly fine. So those are the things that are really beautiful, especially if this thing drops and actually gets scratched up and really weathered. It looks awesome. It looks like a good thing anyway. But that's what I like about Ultra Sabers. And Saber Forge, again, it's a matter of preference. But remember, you're going to take a long time till you get it. So anyways, let me know what you guys like best. Comment and definitely subscribe, and tune into the mini-series, as see all the past episodes in the description below. And you guys are going to be really happy in seeing how I reconstructed the Kylo Ren shit and all of that. But also, I'm going to be reviewing lightsabers. I'm going to be reviewing all kinds of Star Wars memorabilia, and also I do electronics. If you look at all my unboxings and reviews, I give you guys honest reviews about every little thing. So definitely help the channel. Definitely will. Just like and definitely subscribe. But I want to hear what you guys think. What do you like best? I love Saber Forge's designs. I love their hilts. I really like it. I just like this because it is faster. Okay, and I like the big girthy ones. I wish that Saberforge made girthy ones. I would buy from Saberforge also, you know, things for my collection. So let's say I don't need it for Comic-Con, I'm using these two or whatever. I could wait a year, I don't care. So I would order from Saberforge and let them take their sweet-ass time and make me a wall queen that, you know, that will be worthy to be hung on my wall. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, dislike. Have a good one, y'all. Take care, bye.